It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I'm about to review what I think and what I've decided to make a thumbnail of for this video. A Nutella style stout. A milk stout, 4.8% ABV, called Cowella Hazelnut and Vanilla Milk Stout. 440 milliliter can. You got that kind of, well, it's clearly a Nutella jar, isn't it? But of course they can't write Nutella on it. They can't call it Nutella. They have to put a cow on the label of the jar and call it Cowella. But we all know what it is. And it's brewed by Ampersand Brew Co. I've had some of their beers a while ago. Sawmills Road, IP. So IP, I'm guessing Ipswich? Maybe Ipswich way? If it's not, let me know in the comments box. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. It's a 3-finger tan coloured head. 3-finger tan coloured head. Good amounts of carbonation rising up the side of the glass. It's 4.8% ABV, so it was never ever going to be the kind of biggest, thickest stout in the world. I suppose though, maybe if they wanted it to be like a big, thick, gloopy stout, they could have maybe added some oats to the beer. But that's for another day, that's for another story. It kind of, for me, looks a little bit like an Irish dry stout, which is generally a little thin. But let's get the aroma. It does look good. It's jet black. There's no light bleeding through the beer whatsoever. Let's get the aroma. Wow. Nutty, nutty, and nutty. Biscuity and bready. And you get loads of that cacao. I love cacao nib. I brewed a mint chocolate imperial stout many years ago. In fact, I might even have it. Might be here somewhere. I found it. Wow, I found it. So I brewed with Masters Brewery. They long since stopped as a brewery, which is a real shame. But we brewed a mint chocolate imperial stout together back in, oh my goodness me, that must have been about 2013 in Wellington, Somerset. And we put loads of mint. Loads and loads of mint in that beer and loads of cacao nib. I remember the smell of the cacao nib as we were pouring it into the beer. It was pretty brilliant, it really was. Smells great. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. amazingly, not as thin. Nowhere near as thin as I was first expecting the beer to be. It looked quite thin on the pour, but it's really quite rich and chocolatey and lovely. It's nutty, biscuity and bready. The cacao nib comes through, the nut comes through, that hazelnut. That is really good beer. Really, really good beer. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. Wow, what a beer. And this is why I love beer. Because even after I've reviewed 10,000 beers, and I looked at the beer when I poured it, and I was convinced that it was going to be thin. It turned out it was not thin at all. It was just my fading eyesight. It's so good. I love the nuttiness about it, the biscuitiness, the breadiness, the kind of roasted malt, the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel. This is brilliant beer. It tastes like liquid Nutella, it really does. Let me roll that beer now. Let me roll it back and forth in the glass. Let me show you that body in the beer. Look at the carbonation chasing the head of the glass. Look at the way that beer looks. Looks fantastic, smells fantastic, tastes fantastic. A rich, decadent stout with big flavours of bitter chocolate tempered by milk sugars. Undertones of hazelnut and vanilla give a great depth of flavour and keep the sweetness balanced, whilst a large quantity of raw cacao nibs provide that unmistakable dark chocolate finish. www.ampersandbrew.co. Brilliant. And you can pick the beer up here at nearest beer shop. They have over 250 beers in store. Bridgend's home of quality drinks, craft beers, wines, spirits, that sort of thing. You can get 5% off your order if you use the voucher code here, which is all lowercase, no spaces, Stone the Crows. And it's free delivery over £60. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I remember when this brewery came around. Whenever a brewery comes around, first and foremost, you always get to try their beer. So I tried a twice brewed beer recently. I reviewed it as part of the Bridgend nearest beer shop website, and then Twice Brewed reached out to me. And he said, hey, we've seen your review of our beer. Thank you very much to Lee for sending you that beer. Would you like to review more? And then you know, here they come type of thing. Lots and lots of twice brewed beer. So what happens, what I find in beer is that when a brewery launches, of course, they want to send you their beer. They want you to try their beer, and they want you to, I suppose, if you like, promote it a little bit. I do a little bit of promotion for these breweries. Of course, you guys are watching. You might like the sound of it, but it's more to do with the fact that brewers like to know what they want. They want some feedback on their beer. They want some feedback, whether their beer is you know, they can do this or they can do that, or they can do this or do that. But the point is the beer good? Is the beer good? And I do my humble best to try and kind of give my honest opinion on the beer, and that's all people want. They just want an honest opinion. Is the beer good? Is the beer bad? No kind of like fuss, in, out, shake it all about, review the beer, gone. Anyway, rating for this Amper. So point is, I reviewed a lot of Ampersand years ago when they first come around, but it's nice to see that they're still doing well, and that, hey ho, they're now producing Nutella style beers. Rating for Cowella. It looks good, it smells good, it tastes great. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.